There are some pilots like me who fly planes for fun. There are some pilots who fly planes because it's their job. And there are some people who fly planes because it actually saves lives. Ruth, how many million times have you done that?
Oh, too many to count, and it feels like it gets slower every time.
Ruth is our flight nurse on the flight today. Hi, Ruth.
Hi.
Thank you for looking after me and the patients today. You've got another patient basically to look after.
It's my pleasure.
The mission today, can you give us a quick idea of where we're actually going and what some of the objectives are?
Today we've got a full outbound flight, so we're leaving Melbourne with 3 passengers, and some of them are going home, back to the country where they're from, and some of them are going back to their local hospital. I've already rung all the hospitals to get details on all the patients we're taking with us, make sure they're safe to fly, make sure I've got everything ready for them, and then my job is to get them home safely.
Now the patients for the trip are being loaded onto the aircraft just behind me at the moment. Obviously I'm not going to film that, and you won't see any patients in this video at all, just to respect the privacy of the people on board this aircraft. But this is an actual live flight. This isn't a demo flight they're doing just for me to fly here on YouTube with you. We have 3 patients on board today, all with different reasons for needing the Royal Flying Doctor Service and different reasons for needing to travel with us to the 3 airports that we're planning to land at today.
Hamilton, flight log 56, rolls, runway 35, airborne, tracking for Horsham.
Your turnaround on the ground, I noticed, was incredibly quick. Is that normal? Do you normally have very little time to...
Yeah, we just turn around as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
So get going to the next one. It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, then as a pilot you do, and you walk around, you've got your new flight plan in, and you're just straight into the next flight after that point.
Yeah, I'm already got planned to enter Swan Hill, coming up top of descent, put the secondary plan in for the next sector.
Yep.
When I taxi in, I'll activate that, unload the patient with the nurse, put the back stretcher back in, shut the door, off we go again.
So as pilots we're always taught to think ahead of the aircraft, but you've got to think ahead of thinking ahead of the aircraft with that much workload.
You've got to think about the patient, the nurse, ATC, the weather, the lot.
So this is our second leg of 3, well there's going to be 4 flights,
yeah.
4 flights, but second flight of 4 so far.
Yep.
And then we're off to after this, Tim. What's the next stop?
Next stop after this one is Mildura, and then after Mildura back to Essendon.
Yeah, busy day for you. So you're going to overfly, Tim?
Yeah, just check the wind cycle. I was going to use 2.6, but it's a normal, just make sure there's no tailwind on it. We'll go and land 2.6.
2.6, yep.
64, 69, will advise.
Crosswind slightly.
It's almost all crosswind, isn't it?
Yeah, just about almost all crosswind.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Stop 2 of 4 then today. We're down here in Horsham, an airport that I know quite well. We've flown to on the channel. If you've watched this channel for a while, you'd recognise Horsham. A long time ago since I've been here though, but we've just dropped off the second patient who's been picked up by the ambulance team on the ground here. The patient then gets transferred to either if they're going back home or if they're going to another hospital. In this instance, I believe they're heading back home again. Been talking to a couple of the patients on board as well, and the patient that we're taking to Mildura now after we've departed here from Horsham was telling me that they have a friend who also was receiving treatment in Melbourne who has to drive now basically back from Melbourne to Mildura. The flight here, even with 2 stops, is going to take about an hour and a half.
All set in the back?
Yeah, all set.
Sending good day, flight log 256, and I've King Air taxis Horsham 4, Mildura runway 26.
What altitude, Tim, for today?
We're going, they're climbing up now to flight level 180.
180.
We're just passing 8,200.
What de-ice or ice protection have you got on here?
Okay, so we've got windscreen heat here.
Yeah.
prop heat, de-icing boots.
Oh, is that boots on the front of the wing?
Boots on the front of the wing.
13.
Engine anti-ice, so the engine anti-ice just stops the ice going into the engine.
Do you do the flight plans for each leg right at the beginning, Tim? Do you
Yeah.
submit them all in one hit?
Submit them all in one hit. We use AvPlan. So we use AvPlan, so we submit it. So if there's a change, we can just change it here.
So for a day like today, you've submitted 4, or is it one flight plan with 4 legs?
One flight plan with 4 legs, yeah. So if I was doing a long flight, let's say to Bankstown, I'd probably only do the Bankstown sector and
Yep.
then I'd just plan it along the way as I was going.
Can you connect to the, because I use Garmin, but can you
No,
connect through to
no.
this? You have to manually input the flight plan
You have
for
to
each leg.
manually input the flight plan, yeah, no. It's not like Garmin where you got Garmin Flight Planner and you can then do it
Yeah,
and upload it. RFDS do have some Garmin aeroplanes, but no, they don't have the Garmin Flight Planner.
Yeah, it is a bit of a luxury actually to be able to change something on your iPad and it says flight plan amendment you want to accept. You go, boop, and it's
Yeah,
done.
that's it, yeah. Traffic, Mildura flight on 56 and IFR King here is 31 miles to the south inbound, just leaving 10,000. We estimate the Mildura circuit at time 3-2. Tracking for Australian approach runway 36.
Thank you, Tower.
Are you sure? Are you sure I can't do anything?
Stand there, you'll be moving the trolley in a minute.
All right, good. I can do that.
Let's push together. That's it.
See, I'm helping. helping. There is a bit of a height difference, isn't there? But that's right, because when you're getting in and out of that plane, you can. And
Yes.
I'm having to do today's flight. I think it's more about getting people back home again. So it's not so much picking up people from an emergency like some people might associate with the flying doctors, but a big part of the service is actually getting people back home again after they've had medical treatment.
Yeah, so 2 of our 3 transports today were people that were going home. So they've not been able to get the healthcare they need in the small country town they're from, so they have been brought down to the city, maybe as an emergency or maybe as for an elective procedure, and now we're getting them back home again. Australia is so big that it can be really hard for these people to get back home again after their procedure when they're sort of not well enough to spend 8 hours in a car on a bumpy road. So I think it's not all the glitz and glam of emergency retrieval, but it's just as important getting people to and from essential care that they can't get in the country.
Can I just say, what you do is brilliant. It's
thank
fantastic.
you.
I'm so humbled by the 3 hours I spent with you so far. I really am, genuinely am. It must be a rewarding job though, right?
It is. It's a great job because you see some people have been away from home for months stuck in hospital, and when you land back in their town, they light up and they're just so happy to be home. We've had families waiting to meet us at runways before. The most rewarding days are when we bring the premature infants back to their hometown because they're well enough to come home now, and they are always really fun days and involve some baby cuddles. So
All right, I know you're busy, and we are actually in the middle of, Bruce got another patient you're sending one home, but we're actually taking someone back now
yes,
to
there's someone's
Melbourne.
just arrived from the local hospital that we'll take back to Melbourne with us.
All right, I'll leave you to it, but thank you. I'm
Thank
having
you.
a brilliant day so far, by the way. And
I'm
please
glad.
let me know if I can help. I feel really useless.
No,
but let me know if I
thank
can
you
help.
so much. It's been wonderful having you along.
Thank you.
We all coming in? Is that?
Yeah, everybody
Well,
in,
hang on,
yeah.
I'm short, so let me.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, go up the steps. All right, so we're back now at Essendon Airport. That was probably about 6 hours all up, I think, the round trip to get there and back. I just want to say big thanks to Tim for flying us, Ruth for looking after all the patients, and me as an extra patient today. And if you've enjoyed watching this and want to find out more about the Royal Flying Doctor Service, I'm going to put some links down below as well to the websites. Thank you both.
Nice.
Appreciate it. It's nice spending the day with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.